My beloved brothers and sisters, every one of us is seeking strength, success and progress in life. Deep down, we all want to be unstoppable, not in arrogance, but in our consistency, in our growth, in our faith, and in our ability to overcome challenges. You see, life is a journey filled with mountains and valleys, moments of ease and moments of hardship. Some people give up when they face obstacles, while others push forward with resilience and unshakable discipline. What makes the difference? It's the daily habits. The small, consistent actions that, when practiced regularly, can turn an ordinary person into an unstoppable one. Today, I want to share with you 7 powerful daily habits that, if you embrace them sincerely, will transform your life in a way you may have never imagined. Habit 1. Start every day with purposeful gratitude. When we speak about building strength and becoming unstoppable in life, we must realize that it begins the moment we open our eyes in the morning. The very first thing we choose to focus on shapes our entire day. Some people wake up in the morning and immediately think of their problems, their deadlines, their worries, their responsibilities. Others wake up and begin their day with distractions, phones, social media, messages, notifications. They drown in the noise even before they leave their bed. But the truly successful person, the one who remains grounded and steady no matter what comes their way, is the one who starts the day with gratitude, a sincere appreciation for life, for breath, for existence, for the ability to try again. My beloved brothers and sisters, how often do we pause to truly feel grateful? Not just to say I am thankful as words on our lips, but to allow the gratitude to penetrate deep into our hearts until it softens the hardest corners of our souls. Many of us, unfortunately, are in the habit of focusing on what we don't have. We complain about the little things. We feel we are falling behind because someone else seems to be ahead. We stress over what is missing, forgetting that we are already living with countless blessings that we have never even asked for. Gratitude, my brothers and sisters, is not just about words. It is about shifting our entire mindset. It is about realizing that each breath we take is a gift, that each heartbeat is a mercy. We did not create this life. We did not manufacture our health. We did not design the ability to see, to hear, to feel, to move, to think. These are gifts that are so natural to us that we often forget their value until something is taken away. There are people right now lying in hospital beds praying for one more chance to get up, to walk, to breathe without pain. Yet, here we are, waking up to a new day, sometimes unaware of the treasure we are living. My beloved brothers and sisters, when you begin your day with gratitude, your entire perspective changes. You stop looking at life as a burden and you begin to see life as an opportunity. You stop measuring your happiness by material wealth and start realizing that true wealth is contentment. When you wake up and say from your heart, I am grateful to be alive, you remind yourself that this day is a chance to improve, to seek forgiveness, to repair what is broken, to grow, to get closer to the Almighty, to spread goodness, to fulfill your purpose. Gratitude is not passive. It energizes you. It gives you strength. It silences the complaints of the soul. It teaches you patience when things don't go your way, because you realize you still have countless other blessings surrounding you. You don't become someone who is always chasing more and more. You become someone who is grateful for what is already in front of you, and that is the secret of inner peace. Gratitude protects the heart from jealousy. Many people become bitter because they compare themselves with others. They see someone with a bigger house, a nicer car, a better job, and they feel as though life is unfair. But when you practice gratitude every morning, you train your heart to look at what you have, not at what you don't have. You look at those who have less and you realize that the blessings you enjoy are not small. You realize that the food you eat, the roof over your head, the clothes you wear, the family you hold, these are not guaranteed for everyone. My beloved brothers and sisters, gratitude is not only for the big moments, it is especially for the small things that we overlook. The fact that you can open your eyes in the morning is a gift. The fact that you can walk to the bathroom without help is a gift. The fact that you can hear the birds, feel the sunlight, drink clean water, these are all daily gifts that we have become used to. But ask those who have lost these simple blessings how heavy life can become without them. Gratitude is a habit that trains you to see life correctly. When you are grateful, you find meaning even in your struggles. You realize that hardships also carry wisdom. They carry lessons. They shape you. They humble you. You stop asking, why me? and you start saying, there must be goodness in this for me. Gratitude is not about denying your difficulties, it is about not allowing them to blind you from your blessings. My beloved brothers and sisters, imagine someone who walks into a garden filled with beautiful flowers, but they choose to focus only on the few thorns. They complain, they get upset, and they leave without appreciating the beauty that was all around them. Many people live life in this way. They walk through their days focused only on what's missing, what went wrong, what could have been better, and they forget to see the flowers, the colors, the fragrances, the moments of joy that surround them. The grateful person sees the beauty even when there are thorns. They do not ignore the pain, but they choose not to let it overpower the goodness that still exists. My beloved brothers and sisters, beginning your day with gratitude is a spiritual protection. It keeps you from falling into sadness unnecessarily. It lifts your mood. It brings calmness to your mind. When you get into the habit of waking up and immediately thinking of at least 3 things you are grateful for, your heart becomes lighter. The burdens you are carrying don't feel as heavy because you remember that you are not alone, that you are not without blessings. Gratitude softens your character. When you are grateful, you become more patient with people, more forgiving, more generous. You realize that the goodness you enjoy should also be shared. It inspires you to help those who are struggling, to comfort those who are hurting, to give to those who have less. Gratitude transforms your interactions with others. You become someone who says thank you sincerely. You become someone who acknowledges the efforts of others. You become someone who uplifts people with your words because you understand the value of appreciation. My beloved brothers and sisters, gratitude brings you closer to the Almighty. When you wake up every morning with a grateful heart, you begin your day with a connection, with a realization that what you have is not from yourself. You see your life as a trust, as a gift. You walk through your day with humility, knowing that every good thing you experience is a mercy. This humility makes you strong because you rely not on yourself, but on the one who has provided you with all that you have. And when you rely upon the Almighty, you become truly unstoppable. Gratitude makes you resilient. You stop giving up when things get difficult. You stop feeling hopeless when things don't go according to your plan. You develop the ability to stand up again and again because you know that there are still reasons to move forward. Even on your hardest days, you find something to be grateful for, and that gratitude gives you strength to continue. Gratitude is a habit that must be built daily because our hearts naturally forget. It is easy to take things for granted. It is easy to become busy and forget to pause and appreciate. That is why the strongest people are those who remind themselves every day, who train themselves to see the blessings even when life is not perfect. Gratitude does not mean life will always be easy, but it means you will always have the right perspective. You will see the wisdom, the mercy, and the opportunity even in the middle of the storm. Gratitude is a key that opens the door to contentment. It teaches you to love what you have instead of being trapped by the endless chase for what you do not possess. It brings a smile to your face even when life tests you, because you know deep inside that every breath is still a gift, every heartbeat is still a mercy, every morning is still another chance to grow and to strive and to return to the Almighty. Gratitude, when practiced daily, becomes like light in your heart, guiding you through darkness, helping you find peace in chaos, and giving you the inner strength to walk through life with steady, purposeful steps. Habit 2. Establish discipline in your daily prayers. One of the most powerful habits that shapes our lives and gives us the strength to keep moving forward is the habit of establishing discipline in our daily prayers. It is not simply about performing a duty, it is about building a connection that keeps us grounded no matter what storms come our way. Many people say they pray, but they pray when they find the time, when it is convenient, when it suits their schedule. They miss the true beauty of what prayer is supposed to bring into their lives. The truly unstoppable ones, the ones whose hearts are strong and whose footsteps are firm, are those who make their prayer the most important appointment of their day. They do not delay it, they do not rush it, they do not forget it, they protect it as though it is their life source, because in reality it is. My beloved brothers and sisters, prayer is not just an act, it is a training. It is a training in discipline, a training in patience, a training in humility, a training in focus. When you stand in prayer, you are reminding yourself that you are not in control of everything. You are pausing to recharge your heart and to realign your soul. It is like breathing fresh air after being trapped in a room for too long. It gives you strength that you cannot get from anything else. When you make it a daily habit to pray on time, Consistently, you begin to notice how everything else in your life starts to fall into place. You start valuing time. You start managing your day with purpose. You start thinking about your responsibilities differently. You understand that life is not just about rushing from one task to the next without stopping to remember why you are here in the first place. When prayer becomes a fixed point in your life, it gives structure to your day. It forces you to pause, to breathe, to slow down. You no longer let the busyness of life drown you, because you know there is a moment coming where you will stand in silence, in humility, speaking to the one who created you. That moment of prayer is not just for the body to perform movements, it is for the heart to find rest. Many people complain that their hearts feel heavy, their minds feel restless, their days feel chaotic, and yet they do not give their prayers the importance they deserve. The one who makes prayer a true habit finds peace in that moment. It becomes a meeting that they look forward to, not something they feel forced to do. My beloved brothers and sisters, when you discipline yourself to pray at the correct time, you are training your soul to be obedient, to be punctual, to value your commitments. It is easy to delay what we find inconvenient, but the person who learns to prioritize prayer builds the ability to prioritize what truly matters in life. You develop the character of a person who does not break promises, who does not make excuses, who does not take important matters lightly. This spills into all areas of your life. You become more reliable at work, more trustworthy in your relationships, more sincere in your efforts. The habit of praying correctly, sincerely, with full attention keeps your heart alive. It softens you. It reminds you that you are always being watched by the one who knows you better than you know yourself. This awareness keeps you away from many bad habits. When you pray properly, you feel uncomfortable lying, backbiting, cheating, or wasting time, because your prayer is like a mirror reminding you of who you are meant to be. When you rush your prayers or neglect them, it becomes easier to fall into other sins because your connection becomes weak. It is like watering a plant irregularly and then wondering why it is wilting. The one who prays on time with humility and sincerity is constantly watering the heart, keeping it alive and strong. My beloved brothers and sisters, there is something incredibly beautiful about the discipline that prayer brings into our lives. When you know that you have to stop everything for a few minutes at specific times of the day, you begin to plan your life around your prayer instead of planning your prayer around your life. This is a sign of a heart that knows its true priorities. It is a sign of someone who values their Creator above their worldly matters. Such a person becomes unstoppable because they have a clear direction, a clear purpose, and a clear schedule that protects their most important duties. Even when the day is busy, even when life is demanding, the person who is disciplined in prayer finds time to fulfill their obligation. They find a quiet corner, they find a moment, they protect that connection because they know that in that prayer lies their strength. When you make this discipline a daily habit, your patience grows. You learn to wait for the right things in life. You learn to calm your impulses, to think carefully, to step back before reacting. Prayer teaches you that not everything requires immediate action, but some things require sincere reflection and submission. You become less reactive and more thoughtful. You become more composed because you are constantly grounding yourself throughout the day. Prayer also teaches humility. It reminds you that no matter how high you climb, you still place your forehead on the ground in submission. No matter how successful you become, you still bow down with your head lowered. This habit keeps you safe from arrogance, from pride, from feeling untouchable. It reminds you that you are always in need of the one who created you. My beloved brothers and sisters, prayer is a moment where you pour out your worries, your sadness, your hopes, and your gratitude. It is a private conversation, one that no one else hears, but it carries the weight of your life. When you make it a daily habit, your heart learns to release its burdens in prayer instead of carrying them alone. Some people carry pain for years because they never truly offload it to the one who can heal them. When you regularly pray with a present heart, you begin to taste that sweetness, that comfort that cannot be explained but can only be felt by those who have experienced it. It does not mean that life will become perfect, but it means that you will find the strength to keep going through whatever imperfections life presents. My beloved brothers and sisters, the habit of disciplined prayer builds self-control. It teaches you that sometimes you must leave what you are doing to fulfill something more important. You may be in the middle of work, you may be in the middle of a meal, but when the time of prayer comes, you pause. This pausing teaches you to control your desires, to regulate your life, to understand that you do not simply follow your whims, but you follow what is right. You become a person who can resist temptations because you have trained yourself to obey what is greater. You build the habit of putting aside the dunya for the sake of your soul. The one who makes prayer a habit begins to feel that life has a beautiful rhythm. There is a calming pattern to the day, moments of worldly work followed by moments of spiritual connection. You begin to love those moments when you pause everything, when you stand, when you recite, when you reflect. It becomes the recharge you look forward to, and when you miss it, you feel that something is missing from your day. This is a sign that the habit has settled in the heart, that prayer is no longer a duty but a beautiful part of your life that you cannot live without. Prayer is a habit that reminds you to realign yourself constantly. It saves you from becoming lost in the fast pace of the world. It brings you back, it recenters you, it recalibrates your focus. When the world pulls you in every direction, prayer brings you back to your core, to your true purpose. When you make disciplined prayer a part of your life, you develop a sense of time awareness that benefits you beyond the prayer itself. You begin to respect other commitments because you have trained yourself to respect the most important commitment. You do not arrive late without reason. You do not waste time unnecessarily. You do not procrastinate endlessly because you have built the habit of honoring time through your prayer. This discipline makes you dependable. It makes you a person others can trust. It makes you organized in your day, clear in your priorities, and strong in your commitments. My beloved brothers and sisters, prayer is a treasure that many people only see as a routine, but those who taste its sweetness know it is far more than that. It is a shelter, a relief, a moment of calm in a world that is often restless. Those who make it their habit find that they are always connected, always realigned, always reminded of their place in this world and their journey beyond it. Habit 3, engage in daily self-reflection. One of the most important habits that makes a person unstoppable in life is the habit of daily self-reflection. Many people move through their days in a rush, busy from one task to the next, occupied by work, family, responsibilities, entertainment, and social interactions. But very few people pause at the end of the day to look back and ask themselves, how did I live today? What did I do right? Where did I go wrong? How can I improve? The one who fails to reflect becomes like a person who walks through a thick forest without a map. They move forward quickly but have no idea if they are on the right path or if they are simply going in circles. Life without reflection is a life where mistakes are repeated, where growth is limited, where the heart becomes heavy without understanding why. My beloved brothers and sisters, reflection is not something that happens accidentally. It is a habit that must be developed deliberately. It requires a person to quiet the noise around them, to step away from distractions, to face themselves sincerely. It is much easier to scroll through the phone, to watch videos, to talk endlessly, than to sit in silence and hold yourself accountable. But the one who is serious about growth, the one who is serious about becoming unstoppable, understands that without self-reflection, they will remain trapped in the same habits, the same weaknesses, the same patterns that hold them back. When you sit quietly at the end of the day, even for a few minutes, you begin to understand yourself better. You begin to notice the small mistakes that you didn't see during the day. You remember the words you said that may have hurt someone. You remember the moments when you were impatient, the times when you were lazy, the opportunities to do good that you ignored. You also remember the moments when you controlled your anger, when you helped someone, when you resisted a temptation. Self-reflection allows you to see both your weaknesses and your strengths, and it is through this honest assessment that real growth begins. My beloved brothers and sisters, many people think that as long as no one corrects them, they must be doing fine. But the truth is, the most important correction must come from within. Others may not always tell you your mistakes. Some people may not notice, and others may notice but choose to remain silent. If you wait for someone else to point out every flaw, you will waste precious time. When you build a habit of reflecting every day, you become your own honest mirror. You become the one who holds yourself to a higher standard. You do not wait for others to call you out. You call yourself. You take responsibility. This habit makes you humble because you are constantly aware that you are not perfect. It saves you from arrogance because you see clearly where you are falling short. It makes you more forgiving towards others because you know how much you are struggling yourself. The one who reflects regularly becomes a person of sincerity. They are not concerned about appearing perfect in front of people. They are concerned about improving in the eyes of the Almighty. They know that appearances can deceive, but the heart cannot lie to itself. When you develop this habit, you start becoming more mindful during the day. You become more careful with your words, more aware of your actions, because you know that in the evening you will be reviewing yourself. You will be sitting alone asking yourself whether you truly lived according to your values. This constant awareness makes you more disciplined and more cautious in what you say and do. Self-reflection also teaches you to be patient with your own journey. Sometimes we focus so much on what we haven't achieved yet that we forget to see how far we have come. Reflection allows you to notice your small victories, to appreciate the efforts you are making, to see that even though you are not perfect, you are trying. It helps you build the habit of gratitude for your own progress. It saves you from falling into despair when you make mistakes, because you can see that growth is a process, not a single step. My beloved brothers and sisters, those who do not reflect tend to repeat their mistakes. They continue harmful patterns without realizing. They lose days, weeks, even years following the same unproductive routines because they never stopped to ask themselves if their path was correct. Reflection gives you the chance to catch these patterns before they become deeply rooted. It allows you to correct your course early instead of realizing much later that you have been walking the wrong way. The person who reflects daily becomes more focused. They become more intentional about their time. They stop doing things just to please people or just to pass time without meaning. They begin to live with purpose, with clear direction, because every evening they are holding themselves accountable. They are asking whether their actions are aligned with their bigger goals. They are asking whether they are living in a way that would bring them peace in this world and in the next. My beloved brothers and sisters, reflection also helps us understand our emotions. Sometimes we go through the day feeling angry, sad, frustrated or restless, but we do not know why. We carry these feelings and they grow heavier inside us because we never pause to investigate their roots. Reflection allows you to ask, why did I feel this way today? What triggered this emotion? How can I manage it better next time? This habit brings emotional clarity. It helps you to understand yourself instead of being controlled by feelings you do not comprehend. It teaches you to respond wisely instead of reacting impulsively. Reflection strengthens your character. You begin to notice if you have become easily irritated, if you have developed arrogance, if you have started speaking in ways that harm others. You notice if you are becoming lazy, if you are spending too much time in useless activities, if you are neglecting your responsibilities. Without reflection, these negative traits can grow quietly inside you until one day they overwhelm you. But when you reflect daily, you catch these traits early, when they are still small, and you can work to correct them before they become destructive. My beloved brothers and sisters, this habit also brings a beautiful sense of accountability. It trains you to take ownership of your life. Instead of blaming others for your problems, you begin to ask, what could I have done differently? How did I contribute to this situation? How can I improve my response? This shift in thinking makes you powerful because you stop waiting for life to change and start focusing on what you can control. You realize that every day is an opportunity to become better, to grow closer to your best self. Self-reflection also increases your sincerity in worship. You begin to ask yourself, was my prayer today focused? Did I just perform the actions, or was my heart present? Was my charity given sincerely, or did I hope to be praised? Did I help someone today without expecting anything in return? These questions keep you honest. They protect you from falling into empty rituals. They keep your worship alive and meaningful. They remind you that your relationship with the Almighty is not just about outward actions, but about the condition of your heart. My beloved brothers and sisters, the habit of daily self-reflection can be practiced in many ways. Some people write in a journal to capture their thoughts. Some people sit quietly before sleeping to review their day. Some people take a short walk to process their feelings. What matters is not the method, but the consistency. Even a few minutes of sincere reflection can transform your day. It can help you to enter tomorrow with more clarity, more purpose, and more determination to improve. Reflection also helps you become more empathetic. You begin to notice how your actions impact others. You start to ask yourself whether you were kind, whether you listened properly, whether you made someone's day harder or easier. This habit nurtures your relationships. It makes you more attentive, more compassionate, more gentle. You become someone who does not just pass through life carelessly, but someone who leaves behind goodness in the lives of others. My beloved brothers and sisters, when you make self-reflection a daily habit, you are no longer afraid to face your flaws. You are no longer defensive when someone gives you advice. You welcome feedback because you are already in the practice of holding yourself accountable. You stop pretending to be perfect and you become genuinely focused on progress. The one who reflects sincerely every day becomes a person whose inner world is clean and whose outer actions are purposeful. They become steady in their growth, consistent in their efforts, and unstoppable in their journey. Habit 4. Guard your tongue and speak with purpose. One of the most powerful habits that will shape your life and determine your character is the habit of guarding your tongue and speaking with purpose. The tongue is a small organ, but its impact is immense. Words may seem light, but they can build entire nations or destroy the hearts of people. They can heal wounds or create lifelong pain. Many people fail to realize the weight of their words until the damage has already been done. The one who is conscious of their speech, who takes great care before uttering any word, is a person who builds an unshakable character. Speaking is easy, but speaking with wisdom, speaking with sincerity, speaking with kindness, this is something that requires discipline and self-awareness. My beloved brothers and sisters, when a person becomes careless with their words, they cause harm not only to others but also to themselves. Gossip, slander, harsh criticism, lies, and empty arguments may pass from the tongue quickly, but they leave stains on the heart and fractures in relationships. Many people speak without thinking. They say things they later regret. They hurt loved ones. They spread false information. They waste their time in useless discussions. And they forget that every word is being recorded. Words are not thrown into the air and forgotten. They carry consequences that can return to us in ways we never expected. The one who guards their tongue is the one who is always conscious, always careful, always mindful of the power that their speech holds. It is so easy to fall into the habit of excessive talking, especially in gatherings where the conversation turns towards other people's faults. How many times have people sat together and spent hours discussing others, mocking them, laughing at them, picking apart their mistakes, all while thinking that this is harmless? My beloved brothers and sisters, the harm caused by the tongue is not always immediately visible, but it is deep. Sometimes a single sentence can destroy years of trust. Sometimes a careless joke can humiliate someone and leave a scar that they carry for the rest of their life. Sometimes speaking when silence would have been better can cause unnecessary arguments, distance, and regret. That is why the wise person learns to speak with purpose. They ask themselves, will these words bring benefit? Will they solve a problem? Will they bring comfort to someone's heart? Will they remind someone of something good? Will they protect someone from harm? If the answer is yes, then they speak. But if the words will bring no benefit, or worse, if they will cause harm, they choose to remain silent. My beloved brothers and sisters, not every opinion needs to be voiced, not every thought needs to be shared, not every reaction needs to be verbalized. The one who is truly strong is the one who can control their tongue even when emotions are high. It is easy to say something in anger and feel powerful for a moment, but later the heart aches with regret. Holding back your words when you are upset is a sign of real strength and wisdom. It is a sign that you are thinking beyond the moment, that you are aware of the long-term effects of your speech. The one who builds the habit of guarding their tongue also protects their peace. When you avoid arguments that bring no benefit, when you stay away from gossip, when you refuse to involve yourself in petty discussions, you keep your heart light, your mind clear, and your life free from unnecessary stress. There are many people whose hearts are heavy because they have been caught in the webs of arguments, disputes, and harsh words. If they had simply remained silent, if they had chosen their words carefully, their peace would not have been disturbed. My beloved brothers and sisters, the habit of speaking with purpose is not just about avoiding harm, it is about using your words to spread goodness. Words are a gift, and when used wisely, they can be a source of healing, of comfort, of guidance, of joy. A kind word can lift someone's spirit. A sincere compliment can brighten someone's entire day. A gentle piece of advice can redirect someone from a harmful path. A simple expression of gratitude can strengthen the bond between hearts. Words can mend broken relationships. They can inspire people to do good. They can bring hope to those who are feeling lost. The one who uses their tongue for such purposes is a person who carries light wherever they go. My beloved brothers and sisters, we must also remember that silence is sometimes more powerful than speech. There are moments when remaining silent is the wisest choice. When people around you are arguing for the sake of argument, when they are speaking with no knowledge, when they are busy criticizing others without solutions, when they are mocking or belittling someone, Your silence is your protection. It saves you from becoming part of conversations that will weigh heavily on your shoulders. It saves you from saying something that you will later wish you could take back. Silence in such moments is not weakness, it is strength. It shows that you are in control of your tongue and not enslaved by your emotions. My beloved brothers and sisters, we live in a time where words travel faster than ever. With one message, with one post, with one comment, our words can reach hundreds, thousands, even millions. Many people have harmed themselves by typing without thinking, by sending messages in anger, by spreading rumors without verifying, by using social platforms to hurt rather than to heal. The habit of guarding your tongue must now also extend to guarding your fingers, guarding your posts, guarding your online speech. The same care that we are taught to have when speaking with our mouths must be applied when speaking with our hands through writing and sharing. The impact is the same, the responsibility is the same, and the need for wisdom is even greater. My beloved brothers and sisters, those who guard their tongues become people who are trusted. Their words are known to be honest, careful, and valuable. When they speak, people listen because they know that this person does not speak carelessly. They do not waste their speech on useless matters, and they do not engage in harmful talk. They do not spend their time spreading negativity. Their words carry weight because their tongue has been disciplined. They are not known for harshness, for mockery, for empty noise. Instead, they are known for kindness, for wisdom, for beneficial reminders, for bringing people together. The one who guards their tongue builds a beautiful reputation without even trying because their words speak for their character. My beloved brothers and sisters, the habit of speaking with purpose also helps you build beautiful relationships. When you are careful with your words, you protect your family from unnecessary arguments. You protect your friendships from misunderstandings. You protect your community from division. You become someone who brings calmness to conversations, someone who knows how to advise gently, someone who knows when to speak and when to hold back. The people around you feel safe with you because they know you will not harm them with your words. They know you will not expose their faults. You will not belittle them. You will not spread their mistakes. You become a person whose words carry love, support, and encouragement. My beloved brothers and sisters, guarding the tongue is not something that comes naturally to most people. It is a habit that must be built with effort, with self-awareness, with patience. It begins with thinking before speaking, with asking yourself whether your words will bring benefit. It grows stronger when you learn to pause, when you learn to breathe before responding, when you learn to silence the desire to speak just for the sake of speaking. It becomes a beautiful part of your character when you start using your words as a tool to build, to heal, to guide, to comfort, and to spread goodness wherever you go. Those who build this habit walk through life with dignity, with wisdom, and with peace. Habit 5, prioritize continuous learning. One of the most beautiful habits that can completely transform a person and make them unstoppable is the habit of continuous learning. There is something so powerful about a heart that is always open to growth, a mind that is always searching for beneficial knowledge, and a soul that never feels satisfied with what it already knows. Many people unfortunately fall into the trap of thinking that learning ends when school finishes, or when they secure a job, or when they reach a certain age. They believe they have learnt enough, they stop seeking knowledge, they stop asking questions, and they stop challenging themselves to grow. But the one who truly flourishes in life is the one who understands that learning is a lifelong journey. From the moment we are born until the moment we leave this world, we are students, always in need of guidance, always in need of correction, always in need of development. The one who commits to continuous learning never stagnates. They never settle for ignorance. They never feel arrogant about what they know. They never become lazy in their pursuit of truth. Instead, they become people who are alive with curiosity, people who find joy in discovering new things, people who grow wiser and more humble with each passing day. My beloved brothers and sisters, knowledge is not just something we collect in books or something we display in conversations. Real knowledge is something that changes the way we think, the way we speak, the way we act, the way we treat others, the way we approach our responsibilities. When a person learns sincerely, their heart softens, their character improves, their patience increases, their speech becomes more thoughtful, and their priorities become clearer. Knowledge is not just about filling the mind, it is about transforming the heart. The one who truly understands this becomes a seeker of knowledge every day, even if it is in small amounts. They are not ashamed to ask questions. They are not embarrassed to admit what they do not know. They are not proud of their current level because they know that true knowledge is endless. My beloved brothers and sisters, there is so much wisdom in making learning a daily habit. Even if you dedicate just a few minutes a day to reading something beneficial, to listening to a lecture that uplifts you, to seeking advice from someone wise, to pondering over something that deepens your understanding, you are planting seeds of growth in your life. These small seeds, when watered daily, begin to blossom into powerful habits, powerful thoughts, and powerful actions. The one who learns consistently begins to see life differently. They no longer rush through their days without reflection. They start to notice the lessons in every experience, in every hardship, in every success, in every failure. They look at their mistakes as opportunities to learn rather than reasons to give up. They begin to see the beauty in the process of improvement. They understand that each day is a chance to know more, to become better, to walk closer to wisdom, and to distance themselves from harmful ignorance. My beloved brothers and sisters, when you commit to continuous learning, you also develop humility. You begin to realize how little you actually know compared to the vastness of knowledge that exists. You stop looking down on others because you understand that we are all on different stages of learning. You become more patient with those who know less because you remember the days when you were still learning the very same things. This humility saves you from arrogance and makes you more approachable. People begin to feel comfortable learning from you because they see that you are still learning too. They see that you do not act superior, you do not pretend to know everything, you do not mock those who make mistakes. You become a source of encouragement for those who are trying to grow. My beloved brothers and sisters, knowledge is a treasure that cannot be stolen, it cannot be lost, it cannot be destroyed by time. It is something that elevates a person in this life and in the next. The more you learn, the more you realize how to navigate life wisely. You start making better decisions. You start thinking before acting. You start weighing the consequences of your choices. You protect yourself from harm because you know better. You protect others from harm because you have learned the importance of justice, mercy, and kindness. The person who continues learning finds that life becomes more meaningful. They begin to connect the dots. They begin to understand why certain things happen the way they do. They see the wisdom in challenges and the purpose behind trials. They learn that patience is not just about waiting, but about trusting the process. They learn that gratitude is not just about saying thank you, but about truly appreciating the countless blessings that are so easy to overlook. They learn that forgiveness is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of immense strength and maturity. My beloved brothers and sisters, the habit of learning every day also protects you from falling into dangerous misunderstandings. When people stop learning, they become vulnerable to misinformation, they become easily misled, they start forming opinions without knowledge, they start speaking without understanding, and they start acting upon incomplete or false ideas. This can cause harm not only to themselves but also to the people around them. The one who continues to seek knowledge is always checking their understanding, always verifying what they hear, always careful not to spread things that may be incorrect. They become responsible in their speech and their actions because they know that ignorance carries consequences. They know that being careless with knowledge can harm families, communities, and even generations. My beloved brothers and sisters, continuous learning is not about being perfect or knowing everything. It is about showing up every day with the intention to grow. It is about asking the right questions, about being curious, about seeking wisdom in all that you do. It is about being humble enough to say, I don't know, but I will find out. It is about being brave enough to admit mistakes and correct them. It is about being patient enough to understand that true knowledge takes time to build. It is about recognizing that even the most knowledgeable people are still students, still learning, still discovering, still correcting themselves. When you build this habit of learning, you also inspire those around you. Your family begins to see the importance of knowledge. Your children begin to imitate your curiosity. Your friends begin to appreciate meaningful conversations instead of wasting time in useless talk. Your community benefits from your wisdom because you are constantly sharing what you learn in a way that uplifts and benefits others. My beloved brothers and sisters, the habit of learning every day also keeps your mind sharp. It keeps you alert, it keeps you active, it protects you from becoming lazy in your thinking. The one who stops learning allows their mind to become stagnant, and over time they may begin to lose the ability to think critically, to solve problems, to reflect deeply. But the one who continues learning keeps their mind fresh, keeps their ideas flowing, keeps their curiosity alive. They become problem solvers, they become sources of guidance, they become people who can handle challenges with wisdom and with calmness. My beloved brothers and sisters, even in the moments when life is busy, even when you are surrounded by responsibilities, even when you feel that your time is limited, never neglect the habit of learning. Even a few minutes a day can carry great benefit. Even one piece of wisdom can change the direction of your life. Even one sincere conversation can open your heart to an understanding that you never had before. The one who commits to this habit walks through life with a beautiful sense of purpose. They are not aimless, they are not careless, they are not living each day on repeat without meaning. They are constantly moving forward, constantly climbing higher, constantly polishing their character, constantly drawing closer to truth, constantly improving themselves with each step they take. Habit 6. Surround yourself with positive, purposeful people. One of the most valuable habits that makes a person truly unstoppable is the habit of surrounding oneself with the right people. The people we choose to keep close to us influence our thoughts, our behaviors, our dreams, our priorities, and even our connection with the Almighty. Many people underestimate the power of company. They believe that as long as their intentions are pure, the people around them cannot have much effect on their journey. But the truth is, company is like the wind. It either pushes you forward or pulls you back. The people you allow into your life are either helping you grow or quietly dragging you away from your purpose. The one who builds the habit of choosing the right company builds a shield around their faith, their peace, and their success. It is not about being arrogant or thinking you are better than others. It is about protecting the most precious gift you have been given, your heart. My beloved brothers and sisters, good company is like walking into a garden filled with flowers. You leave with a beautiful fragrance that stays with you long after you have gone. Bad company is like walking into a place filled with smoke. Even if you do not light the fire yourself, you will leave with the smell of smoke on your clothes. The one who walks regularly with people of good character, with people who remind them of their purpose, with people who encourage them to be better, becomes someone who naturally rises. You begin to adopt their habits, you begin to think like them, you begin to speak like them. You find yourself feeling motivated to become the best version of yourself, not because they forced you, but because their goodness is contagious. My beloved brothers and sisters, the reality is that we become like the people we spend most of our time with. If you walk with people who waste their time, you will soon start wasting yours. If you walk with people who gossip, you will soon find yourself gossiping. If you walk with people who have no goals, who do not strive for excellence, who are satisfied with laziness, you will soon find your own ambition starting to shrink. But if you surround yourself with people who value their time, who speak with wisdom, who focus on building, who remind you to stay humble, you will find yourself growing without even realizing it. It is not always about grand lessons. Sometimes the simple way a person lives their life teaches you more than their words ever could. My beloved brothers and sisters, you will notice that when you are in the company of people who remember the Almighty, your heart feels light, your mind feels peaceful, your steps feel steady. But when you are in the company of people who are disconnected from their purpose, your heart feels heavy, your thoughts become clouded, your focus begins to fade. This is not a coincidence. The company you keep either pulls you towards clarity or pushes you towards confusion. It either strengthens your heart or weakens your resolve. The wise person is the one who reflects on their circle and asks themselves whether these friendships are helping or harming them in their journey. My beloved brothers and sisters, sometimes you may find yourself attached to friendships that you know are not good for you, but you struggle to let go because of the memories, because of the history, because of the comfort. But remember, comfort is not always a sign of goodness. Sometimes we stay in harmful situations simply because they are familiar, not because they are beneficial. True friends are not just those who laugh with you, but those who correct you, who pray for you, who want to see you succeed in this life and in the next. A friend who never advises you, who never encourages you to be better, who never stops you from harm, is not truly your friend. The one who loves you sincerely will never feel comfortable watching you destroy yourself. They will speak up, they will pull you away from harm, they will remind you of what really matters, even if it makes you uncomfortable for a moment. My beloved brothers and sisters, good company is a blessing that should be valued and protected. When you find people who are honest, who are kind, who are driven, who are respectful, who are sincere, hold them close, appreciate their presence, thank them for being part of your life. And when you find that certain friendships are pulling you away from your values, from your peace, from your goals, you must have the courage to step away, to create distance, not out of hatred, but out of love for your own well-being. Protecting your heart is your responsibility, and the people you allow near your heart play a powerful role in shaping your future. My beloved brothers and sisters, sometimes the wrong company does not only mean people who are clearly doing harm. Sometimes it is the people who constantly fill your mind with negativity, who always make you doubt yourself, who criticize without wisdom, who drain your energy with complaints, who remind you of your past in a way that holds you back instead of helping you heal. You must be selective about who you give your time and attention to. Not every voice deserves to sit in your heart. Not every opinion deserves to shape your decisions. You must choose people who see your potential, who support your growth, who respect your efforts, and who inspire you to become better. My beloved brothers and sisters, the beauty of good company is that even in silence they bring comfort. Even in difficult times they stand with you. Even when you make mistakes, they do not abandon you, but they guide you back with gentleness. They are not with you only when you are successful, they are with you when you are struggling, when you are lost, when you are unsure. They do not celebrate your downfall. They lift you with sincere advice, with genuine prayers, with steady companionship. Surround yourself with those who push you towards the doors of goodness. Walk with those who remind you of your ultimate destination. Learn from those whose hearts are connected to their Creator. My beloved brothers and sisters, the people you spend time with are like mirrors. They reflect your priorities, your habits, your speech, your behavior. When you notice that your own actions are improving, your patience is increasing, your focus is sharpening, your character is becoming softer, often it is because you are walking with people who bring out the best in you. And when you find yourself drifting, becoming lazy, becoming careless, it is often because you have surrounded yourself with people who are disconnected from their purpose. Choose carefully, for the path you walk and the people you walk with are deeply connected. My beloved brothers and sisters, sometimes you may feel alone when you start choosing better company, because leaving harmful friendships can feel like losing a part of yourself. But remember, the space you create by stepping away from the wrong people is the space that will be filled by those who are right for you. Do not fear walking alone for a while if it means protecting your peace. The right people will find you when you are walking the right path. Your tribe will recognize your energy, and you will find companions who are walking in the same direction, who are striving for goodness, who are building lives of purpose. My beloved brothers and sisters, the habit of surrounding yourself with the right people is not something you choose once. It is something you must protect every day. Evaluate your circles regularly. Notice who uplifts you and who drains you. Pay attention to who respects you and who uses you. Look at who reminds you of what truly matters and who distracts you with what does not. Protect your heart by choosing company that brings you closer to your best self, company that values time, company that speaks with wisdom, company that honors you with sincerity. Your company will either be your greatest support or your greatest test, and building the habit of choosing well will shape the course of your life. Habit 7. Serve others and spread goodness every day. One of the most transformative habits that can truly make a person unstoppable is the habit of trusting the Almighty's plan with patience and gratitude. Many people live their lives in constant worry, always thinking about what is next, what if things don't work out, what if life takes a turn they didn't expect, what if their dreams are delayed, what if their efforts do not produce the results they were hoping for. They live with fear of the future, they carry the weight of uncertainty, they rush through life chasing answers, and they forget that sometimes the greatest peace comes from simply trusting the plan that has already been written for them. The one who builds the habit of trusting the Almighty's plan is the one who walks through life with a heart that is calm, a mind that is focused, and a spirit that is content. It is not that their life is perfect or that they have no challenges, but it is that they have learned to surrender to the wisdom of the one who knows what they do not know. Trusting the plan is not about giving up. It is not about sitting with folded hands and waiting for life to fix itself. It is about working hard, striving with sincerity, making every possible effort, and then letting go of the parts that are beyond your control. It is about understanding that you are responsible for your effort, but you are not responsible for the outcome. The outcome is never in your hands, and the sooner the heart accepts this, the lighter life feels. My beloved brothers and sisters, many times we are tested with delays. We pray for something, we work for something, we plan for something, and yet it does not arrive when we want it to. It is easy to become frustrated, to question why things are not moving according to our timeline, to feel abandoned, to feel like our efforts are being wasted. But the one who has built the habit of trusting the Almighty's plan knows that delay is not denial, delay is preparation. Sometimes the things we want are not denied, they are simply postponed until we are ready, until the time is right, until our hearts can handle what is being asked of us. Trusting the plan teaches us to wait with dignity. It teaches us to carry patience with grace. It teaches us to fill the waiting period with gratitude, knowing that the one who holds all things in his hands is never late, never careless, never forgetful. My beloved brothers and sisters, sometimes life will take us in directions we never expected. We will find ourselves walking paths we never imagined. Things may happen that shake us, that confuse us, that make us question our journey. In those moments, trusting the plan becomes the rope that keeps us steady. It reminds us that what we see is only a small piece of the picture. It reminds us that what seems painful now may later reveal itself as one of the greatest blessings. It reminds us that sometimes doors close not to punish us but to protect us from things we cannot yet understand. The one who trusts the plan does not break when things do not go their way. They bend with life, they adjust, they adapt, and they keep walking, knowing that the path they are on has been carefully written with precision, with mercy, and with perfect knowledge. My beloved brothers and sisters, there is a powerful peace that comes when you stop fighting life and start flowing with the wisdom of the one who created it. This does not mean that you stop caring. It does not mean that you lose your dreams. It does not mean that you stop setting goals. It simply means that you are no longer imprisoned by the fear of what may or may not happen. You wake up each day, you give your best, you make your effort, and then you surrender the results. You accept that whatever happens is part of your story, written for you with perfect timing. Even the hardships you face carry treasures inside them. Even the rejections, even the losses, even the moments you did not ask for. Trusting the plan allows you to find beauty, even in difficulty. It allows you to keep your heart open even when life feels heavy. It allows you to move forward without the bitterness that destroys so many hearts. My beloved brothers and sisters, those who trust the Almighty's plan also understand that their journey is unique. They do not waste time comparing their life to others. They know that what is written for them will reach them, and what is written for others was never meant for them. They walk with humility, they celebrate other people's blessings without feeling threatened. They focus on their own race without getting lost in someone else's story. Comparison fades when trust grows. Jealousy fades when gratitude increases. The one who trusts the plan finds contentment because they know that their path with all its twists and turns is tailor-made for them. My beloved brothers and sisters, when you trust the plan, you also become more resilient. You stop crumbling at every disappointment. You learn to recover quickly from setbacks. You build the strength to rise after every fall because your heart is anchored to something greater than the success or failure of this world. You realize that every situation carries a lesson, every struggle carries a wisdom, every closed door is a redirection, not a rejection. You stop viewing hardships as punishments and start viewing them as opportunities to grow, to reflect, to become stronger, to reconnect with your purpose. This is what makes a person unstoppable. Not the absence of pain, not the absence of obstacles, but the presence of unwavering trust. My beloved brothers and sisters, gratitude is the companion of trust. When you trust the plan, you naturally begin to see more reasons to be grateful. Even in moments of waiting, you find things to appreciate. Even in times of difficulty, you find blessings that soften your heart. Gratitude keeps your eyes open to the goodness that surrounds you. It protects you from falling into despair. It keeps you from becoming blind to the countless gifts that are often overshadowed by the few things we are missing. The one who is grateful is the one who sees the glass as full even when others see it as empty. Gratitude turns what you have into enough. Gratitude teaches you to enjoy your life while you are working for the life you desire. It teaches you to cherish the people around you, to value the moments you are given, to taste the sweetness of now instead of always chasing what is next. My beloved brothers and sisters, trusting the plan also teaches you to rely on the wisdom of the one who knows what you cannot see. Sometimes what you are praying for may not be good for you right now. Sometimes what you are working for may harm you in ways you do not understand. Sometimes the rejection you face is actually a protection. The heart that trusts finds peace even in not knowing. It is a heart that whispers, I trust that what is meant for me will come. I trust that what is not meant for me will pass. I trust that every delay carries goodness. I trust that my journey is unfolding exactly as it should. My beloved brothers and sisters, when you build this habit of trusting the plan, you begin to live life with open hands. You do not cling tightly to things that were never yours to begin with. You do not hold on with desperation to what life is asking you to release. You do not resist the seasons of life, but you learn to move with them, to embrace change, to grow through uncertainty. You become more graceful in your dealings, more patient in your waiting, more forgiving in your relationships, because your trust is not tied to the actions of people. It is tied to the wisdom of the one who controls all hearts. You begin to see that true success is not measured by how perfectly life follows your plans, but by how peacefully you can walk through life, trusting the plan that was always greater than your own. My beloved brothers and sisters, these 7 daily habits, beginning with gratitude, establish to stand firm upon truthfulness and sincerity. The truth is not just about what we say with our tongues. The truth is about who we are inside. The truth that Allah already knows. Many people today have mastered the art of appearing truthful on the outside while hiding realities within. There are those who look strong, who speak as though they have no weakness, who dress and behave in a way that shows an image of perfect faith. But inside their hearts are tired, their faith is shaking, their struggles are suffocating them. They are afraid to admit to people that they are weak, and worse, they start pretending even in front of Allah. But you can never lie to Allah. You can never hide your reality from Allah. You can never wear a mask before the one who created you. This is why it is so important to drop the act. Stop performing for people. Stop pretending to be something you are not. When you speak to Allah, when you raise your hands in dua, when you bow your head in sujood, remember that Allah knows your thoughts, your secrets, your pain, your weaknesses, and your silent battles. Why do you need to act strong when Allah already knows that you are struggling? Why do you need to act perfect when Allah already knows you are broken? Why do you need to put on a show when the only one watching is the one who knows the unseen? Speak to Allah with your reality, not with a rehearsed performance. One of the greatest diseases of our time is the obsession with appearances. People smile in front of others but cry when they are alone. People act as though their faith is unshakable, but inside they are hanging on by a thread. People walk with confidence, but inside they feel lost. And yet, when they stand in front of Allah, they continue wearing the same mask. They use words that are not theirs. They act as though they are at peace when they are not. They are afraid to say, "Oh Allah, I am falling, I am weak. I am a sinner." They think admitting weakness makes them less worthy, but in the sight of Allah, honesty is more valuable than an image. When you are real with Allah, you are free. When you are honest with Allah, you can finally taste the sweetness of faith. It is not about fancy words or long prayers. It is about a heart that speaks sincerely. Some of the most powerful du'as in history were not complicated speeches. They were simple, broken words from sincere hearts. Look at the example of Prophet Yunus. When he was swallowed by the whale, he didn't make a long formal du'a. He said, "There is no deity worthy of worship besides you. Glory be to you. Indeed, I have been from the wrongdoers." He admitted his mistake. He admitted his weakness. He was real. And that realness was so beloved to Allah that He saved him from the darkness. When Prophet Musa feared facing Pharaoh, he turned to Allah and said, "My Lord, indeed I fear that they will reject me." He didn't hide his fear. He didn't pretend to be fearless. He admitted what he felt. He was honest. When Prophet Zakaria reached an old age and had no child, he turned to Allah and said, "My bones have become weak and my hair is filled with gray. But never have I been disappointed in my dua to you." Look at the humility, the honesty, the realness. He didn't hide his weakness. He embraced it. And Allah gifted him in the most beautiful way. But today, people feel that they must appear strong all the time. Even in dua, people think they must sound perfect. But sometimes the most powerful dua is when you simply say, "Oh Allah, I don't know what to do. Oh Allah, I feel lost. Oh Allah, I am failing. Help me." These words may seem simple, but they come from a heart that is real. Allah loves the real you, not the version of you that is edited to impress others. Allah loves the voice that cries from the depths of the heart, not the voice that is beautified for performance. When you go into sujood, pour your heart out. You do not need to know complicated Arabic to speak to Allah. Speak to Him in your own language, in your own words, with your own tears.